checking out BBC. There's my man Mike. There's my man JB. What's going on, Mike? How are you?
Good. How you doing? Welcome to BBC. I'd love to give you a tour and show you all of the vintage parts we have and been collecting for over 30 years.
Man, so when did you guys open? How long have you been in business? And is this the original location?
No, we actually started in the late 70s. We started the whole thing. We were running a front engine dragster at Englishtown and all the other tracks. Started C Dragster, then we went to A Econo Dragster. And then from there we moved into a garage in the late 70s. This is probably our third location. This is the biggest shop we've ever had. And we've been here since 1990. And it's loaded with parts. I saved everything. I just bought everything that ever came around that I thought was rare. And I didn't buy it because I thought it was going to be worth a lot of money. We just always needed the stuff. And I saved everything.
I mean, just taking a look right here. You got a row of transmissions. Look at this.
We do manual transmission. This is a 1970 Javelin AMX 4-speed. This is a 1964 Pontiac full-size 2+2 4-speed.
And you can see the long tail shaft, right?
Yep. It's dated 1964. M20, M21. This is a 1968 M22 core spline. The core spline stopped in 1969. 70 and up was fine spline. But this one's dated 1968. We have all the Muntze's T10s, T5s, Mopar 4-speeds, and Ford top loaders, Ford T10s. We have just about all of them.
That's amazing. So let's go in the back and take a look, because
right,
this is a fully functioning speed shop, not just part sales, but machine work and everything else. Let's go take a peek.
All right, come on in the back. I'll show you what we have going on. This is part of our machine shop here. We build our own drive shafts. We do all of our machine work in-house. We do some cylinder heads we're working on, doing valve jobs, 348 Chrysler, 455 Pontiac. We do aluminum welding. All right, this is another part of our machine shop here. We do our own boring and honing, head resurfacing, flywheel resurfacing, rod resizing. As you can see, we have a large collection of connecting rods and original oil pans, Chrysler, Pontiac, Ford, Chevy. And over here is where we do all our engine assembly. These are some engines that we're building here. We do a lot of rear end rebuilding. Those are all rear end shims up on the wall for all different types of rear ends. And we do everything right in-house. No automatics, just manual transmission. Alright, these are just some engine cores that we have. Early Cadillac, 454 Chevy. These are all rebuildable cores. Down here we have some more blocks and heads and a bunch of rear ends, manual transmissions, flywheels. We saved a lot of vintage axles too over here. Those are all vintage axles.
Man, look at the axles and flywheels up there.
All manual flywheels. These are 427, 454 blocks, 455 Pontiac, 455 Old, 455 Buick. Anything big block, we save. Those axles are all for 9-inch Ford rears, 8 3/4 Mopar, Dana 60, 10 bolt, 12 bolt rears, Ford 9-inch, Ford 8-inch. Those are all the axles you normally can't buy from like Dorman. And anyone that wants an original axle, they're up there instead of buying China ones. These here are some of our rear end parts: open carriers, posi units, ring and pinions, distributors, 4-speed side covers, 4-speed center plates. Those are all manual transmissions: Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, input shafts, cluster gears. There's some more cores over there: 455 Buick, 427 Chevy. Cradle wiper motors. We just saved everything. Underneath it here, it's pretty interesting. That's an old 322 nailhead Buick engine, late 50s. Okay, so we do a lot of manual transmission rebuilding. This cabin holds a lot of used vintage parts for the 4-speed rebuilding. These are all hubs for Muntze's and T10s and Chryslers. We have so much stuff, we try to stay as organized as we can. It's not easy, but we try to. Alright, so these are more of the rear end parts that we've saved. Again, open carriers, ring and pinions. These center sections are 55 to 64 Chevy. These are 9-inch Ford. And here's some more Muncie and T10 4-speeds, air conditioning compressors, exhaust manifold, clutch fans, fans blades, power steering pump. Down the bottom there is a 1970 GTX Hemi 4-speed. Very hard to find. We have cross members for different vehicles, mostly Chevelles, Camaros, rear end covers.
Oil pans too, look at that. I mean,
those are all bell housings. There's a whole shelf full of bell housings. We have about 65 bell housings in the back, all different types. And all of these crates contain clutch pedals, harmonic balancers, horns, bumper brackets, power steering brackets, alternator brackets. Again, we try to stay as organized as we can, but there's just so much. We have a whole rack full of crankshafts right here. All different types of high performance cranks, steel cranks, cross-drilled cranks.
and you got them all hanging too, as opposed to just laying on the ground.
Yeah, this is the best way to store them. We have a rack specifically made for the crankshafts. And here's some more cores here, cylinder heads all the way up to the top, more blocks. 440 Chrysler long block core. We have a 62 Corvette 327 under there. Just a lot of vintage parts, a lot of parts.
So Mike, obviously you have a massive part supply, machine shop, but you guys work on cars too here, right?
Yes, we do. We do full mechanical restoration. We don't do any body work or paint, but we'll do brakes, engine conversions, front end restorations, rear end restorations, leaf springs, front and rear suspension. This particular Corvette here came to us with an overheating problem. So we're reusing the original radiator, but we hand-made an aluminum shroud in the front of the radiator to mount the two electric fans to. And that's going to fix his heating problem. He also had a problem with his front bearings. The bearings were shot, so we put new inner and outer bearings and seals, and this car should be done this week.
And it looks like kind of an old school build. It's got the old candy apple paint, drum brakes.
The old velour interior. Yeah, this is definitely, it was probably built late 60s, early 70s. It is an early pro street car, but it's pretty cool.
And it looks like something a little more modern over here, this Monte SS. You were telling me about that. What's going on there?
The Monte SS started out as a regular 305 automatic Monte, and with our help, the guy put a big block Chevy in it, converted it to a 4-speed, and it has a 12-volt rear in it. But if you look under the hood, it has all the original brackets, and just having the car a 4-speed is pretty unique in itself. Take a look inside.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Can't see much of the cover in here.
Yep, there's the shifter, floor shifter.
The correct pedals, and it's all correct GM stuff. It's great.
You got this nice 69 Firebird convertible here, 400.
Yeah, really a nice car. Someone had did a Tremec conversion on it, and there was a problem with the throttle bearing. It was leaking, and there was a problem. So we took it apart, replaced the hydraulic throttle bearing, shimmed it properly, which is most important on these conversions, and it's all ready to go. Beautiful car, 400 convertible, white interior, 4-speed. This has.
All right, Mike. I see a lot of machines and tools and material over here. So talk to me about what you guys do in this area.
Well, we do our valve jobs on the cylinder head. We have our quick-way valve grinder with all the valve spring shims. We build our drive shafts right on this bench here. We do some sheet metal work. This is one of our Niagara shears that we have. Some of our inventory for drive shafts, exhaust tubing. We have our two lathes over here. We have this dual lathe. We normally don't see a lathe this big in a small shop, but we use this when we make our longer drive shafts. And we have surface grinders. Sometimes we have to make custom shims for the rear ends that we're making. We use our surface grinder here. Drill press. Every shop should have a Bridgeport milling machine, which we have a power feed table on it. And we use all these machines every day. The Victor Clausing lathe, we bought that brand new, probably 1985. Still got it, still using it. And we just, a lot of tooling. We have so much as far as taps and dies and reamers. We have so much tooling here, and we use it. We use it all, and we do a lot of rear end rebuilding. Sometimes the guys will come to us with turbo kits. We have the aluminum weld tubes for their turbo kits, so they come to us and we do it for them.
Oh, you do aluminum welding too, huh?
Yes, we do. We do it right here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we have a Miller Synchro Wave welder over there. It's an amazing machine. We have a couple of good welders right on the premises.
So, and in terms of the parts collection that you have, obviously it's for sale. That's what you do. How can people find you, and what's the best way to search out your inventory if you're looking for rare parts?
Well, we're on the internet. You can go on our Facebook page, and there's a full list of all the parts we have, new and used. And we also sell on eBay and Craigslist. We're on a few different sites. And anything you need, if you see something looks interesting to you, or if you don't see it and you need something, just call me. You ask for Mike, and I can help you out. Okay, we're going to go into the back room. We have a large collection of new old stock parts. These are some new old stock original AC Delco parts. Cars from the mid 50s, early 60s, ignition switches, neutral safety switches. All brand new in the boxes. Old Catalinas, old Cadillacs, old Corvettes.
Amazing.
This is just some of the new old stock stuff. I have boxes and boxes of new old stock stuff.
Looks like you got tons of clutch forks.
Those are all clutch forks there. It's a huge collection. These are vintage 60 to 62 Corvette fuel injection parts.
Oh, those got to be really rare.
They are very rare. And all of these cabinets are filled with original parts. Shifters, Z-bars, wiper motors, fuel pumps, original Pontiac air conditioning duct.
It's amazing you got it all committed to memory.
We try to. Here's another pretty cool part. These orange and black boxes, these are really very old. This is a vintage voltage regulator, old Delco Remy, brand new old stock we call it. Right, these are all more original blocks. We have some of them machined, some of them are used. This is a 1970 512 454 block out of a 70 Chevelle. That's a 1970 396 402 out of a Camaro. 454 512 block, 350 LT1 block. These are also some vintage shifters that we saved. Super shifters, comp pluses. This is a unique mounting plate here. This mounting plate is for her shifter in an 82, 83 Camaro Firebird with a Super T10. These are more rear end gears that we have. Dana 60, 8.8, Dana 44s, Pontiac Posi unit, Dana 70 unit. A lot of pinion yokes. We saved all the pinion yokes from all the different rear ends. 55 to 64 Pontiac ring and pinion. And these are all stub yokes and slip yokes for the Corvette 63 to 79, 80 to 82. This is a 69 Camaro 396 375 intake. This is a 1970 LS6 intake, 1 year only Chevelle Corvette. These are really cool here. This is Hearst Lightning shifter. They use these in the Oldsmobiles in the mid 80s.
Oh,
really a cool piece. They call it Hearst Lightning shifter. You don't see too many of those.
Yeah, I remember the lightning rods from the Hearst Olds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very unique, very valuable. And on the wall we have harmonic balancers, bell housings, automatic shifters. They call them the 8 shifters from Chevelles, Camaros, and Palas.
So, Mike, you guys also specialize in not only manual transmissions, but conversions, right? You have tons of parts.
Yes, we do a lot of 4-speed conversions. We have anything, any kind of GM car you have, we have in stock, all GM parts to convert it to a stick. Z-bar, frame mount, pedals, upper and lower rods, bell housings, flywheels. We have everything in stock, original GM, to convert just about any GM car to a stick.
That's amazing. My dad had an 84 Monte SS, and I always wanted to drive one of those with a stick, so it's pretty cool that you have one in the shop.
Yeah, that is a tough car to find the pedals for. Most of them came out of El Caminos, But that is one of the tougher cars to find the pedals and Z-bar and stuff for, but we have them. Here's some more manual transmissions here on the floor. Ford Mustang 210, Camaro Saginaw 4-speed. That's a 1970 A-body Dark Duster Demon 4-speed. And this is a mid-80s Camaro Firebird Trans Am T5, which became also very hard to find.
So Mike, talk to me about this Ford transmission.
Oh, well, this is a Ford T10, came out of mid-60s Mustang. You can tell by the bolt pattern in the front it's out of a Ford. And also the Ford input spline, it's inch and a 16th 10 spline on the clutch, where the GM ones are inch and an 8/10 spline. And the pretty unique transmission. A lot of them did come with top loaders, but that happened to be a T10 for a Ford. I mean, they came in the Mustang, the Galaxy, they came in a lot of different Ford products for sure. This is a unique bell housing here. This is a 1962 Chevy 2 Nova 283. Take notice where the fork is pointing down towards the bottom, where regular GM bell housing, the fork points to the side. So that tells us that that bell housing is Chevy 2 only.
All right, Mike, I really appreciate having me in the shop today. You got to check out BBC on Facebook, online. It's a throwback for me. You guys live it every day.
Every day. It's real. We've been doing it for over 30 years and we still love what we do. Still love it.
It's amazing. So everybody, thanks for checking out the REVan channel. We got more great stuff like this coming up. Make sure you subscribe, drop us a comment, let us know what you think. And Mike, have a great day.
Thank you for coming by.
You got it.